this election, and several other political parties. I think majorly the APC. So perhaps that was
let
what.
Let me come so that we won't be dialing over issues.
Yes.
APC went to court. APC is opposition in Rivers State. PDP is the ruling party. We are not part of that suit. APC went to court trying to correct some anomalies that the RISEC did. And then on the 19th, as the earlier mentioned, there was a ruling. That ruling was an ex-party order restraining INEC from giving voters register to RISEC, and then also restraining RISEC from going ahead with the election. They also restrained the police, the security agencies, from partaking in that purported local government election. We as a party, People's Democratic Party in Rivers State, as a law-abiding citizen and people that believe in rule of law, we also adhere to that ruling, that order that was given by the Federal High Court. Now, on 30th of September, a judgment was delivered. In that judgment, they restrained INEC from giving the voters register to RISEC. They also restrained RISEC from conducting the election, then restrained security agencies from partaking from that election. We as a party, we said we must comply to the court order as people that believe in rule of law. Now, yesterday, since after the judgment was delivered, we have had state government saying that they will go ahead with the election, that nothing will stop it. And even where the governor even said is the chairman, in fact, is the chairman of RISEC. So we said we can't be here and then these things are going on. We must let the public know our stand as a party, which you have earlier made known to the public and to our party faithfuls, that we will not be party to that purported local government election. We still stand on that. Yesterday, the party made a letter to the police, to the DSS, to reaffirm our earlier decision that we will not be party to that election. That was what we did yesterday in the judgment of Justice Lifu, which was delivered on the Teresa stand, that we will not be part of the election and the election should not vote because we are law-abiding citizens. We see it as if they do this election trying to disobey the judgment, that may likely cause breach of peace, and which we would not like to be part of it. So that was why we said we will go to DSS and tell them, see, this judgment, we want it to be obeyed by the RISEC and the state government. That was what we did yesterday. It was a peaceful process, and we came back. There was no destruction, no injury, nothing, no damage. We came back to our party office, and all of us left, believing that there will be no election on the 5th of October, as the court has directed, not by we, by the court order.
Okay. Now there's a video this morning that came of the governor where he was heard saying, among many things, that assuming the orders are to be looked at, none of the orders asked for RISEC not to conduct election. He said the orders only barred INEC from releasing voter register, one, and then barred security agencies from providing security for the for local government elections, and not to stop RISEC, to say RISEC should not conduct local government elections. That was the position of the government.
I disagree with you if you say the governor says so, because I didn't go with him. One, the law made it explicit that before any election, 90 days notice must be given to all the parties as notice. then the RISEC will also write to INEC to collect voters register. That is the key thing there. This voters register, by the law, supposed to have been displayed 3 days to the election. As I speak to you now, in all the units, in all the wards, in the local government, there's nothing like voters register displayed. And the purpose of that register is to know those, if you go to that area and check whether you are eligible to vote, your name, everything about it. If it is not there, you have the right to go and do another registration. These were not done. They were not followed. Due processes were not followed. So for somebody telling you that if INEC, it was only INEC that they stopped not to submit register, then what are they using for the election? Is it not the register, voters register they will use for the election? Won't they do accreditation before voting? So will you just stay in your house and then tell people, is it fully a leader? No, now.
But speaking
when you go to the polling unit that you see your name, you do accreditation, and then you go for voting. So when these things are not done, what constitutes the credibility of the election?
All right, then. But RISEC says, well, it has the voter register, and it displayed the voter register last week. And also had said, well, it had got the register way before any order came to stop INEC from getting
Let
the
me
register.
tell you now, thank God you are the one saying it. RISEC said they have the 2023 register. And a few days ago, you had a press release by the INEC saying that they never released any register. So are you not taking the one RISEC told you, or you take the one that the electoral umpire that is hired and them said?
Well, for many people, they have said
no,
that.
Are you aware? Are you aware? No, just answer me. Are you aware that?
Of course, we heard the rec of INEC in Rivers State. We heard the rec say that they have not. That yes, RISEC applied, but they had not released the documents to RISEC. So the question it would now be what made them not?
What did they tell you? What is they give that made them not to release?
The question is, which voter register did RISEC then display?
What reason did the man? You said he had what REC said. What reason did the REC give that made it not to release to them?
So I'm sure you're aware of that conversation. We all watched it, and he stated clearly. So my question now is, what register did RISEC?
Because of the court order, they were having conversation before the order came. As soon as the order came, they have to obey the order, and that was why they didn't release the voter register. That was what INEC spokesperson said day for yesterday. And if that is what the REC said, coming to ask me again, I don't think that is.
Did RISEC display?
Yeah, the one I will ask now. You heard what the RISEC said. I'm telling you that was not displayed. That was part of our grievances. I said, as I speak, I'm in my unit. I'm in my community. No voter register was displayed. So asking me, you should ask the RISEC now. Earlier before now, you had this in the press release they made that they have gotten this a few days ago or a few months ago. And the man that is in charge with the document said, we have not given to you. So coming to ask me again now, you have heard from the horse's mouth, so not from me again. And that was one of our grievances, that these things have not been obeyed. And you cannot go ahead conducting an election when you have not met up the requirement for that election.
So for those that feel that then the court should have been where the PDP goes to address these issues, instead of calling for the election to be stopped, what would be your response to that? Because there are some people that feel, if you feel that due process was not followed and what is necessary, what is supposed to be done had not been done, the next place to go to settle that would be to take your proof and evidence and go to the court and present before court.
That which we have done. APC went to court, and then these things we laid their grievances, and that due process had not been followed. And then a court judgment was given, and then said, don't go ahead with this election. What court again do you want me to go? The court has given a directive that election should not be held. So who is telling you that we should go to court again? Is court meant for us? They are the people to now go to court and say, appeal the judgment. You've not appealed the judgment, that judgment stands. So
hello?
yeah.
Yes. So the question I'm asking now is, the PDP is not participating in the election, and many say
We are not.
if the PDP is
And
not
there is no election, not PDP alone. We have also made it known to the whole state that there will be no election because the due process has not been followed. They must obey the judgment of the court. No person is above the law. That is what I'm trying to tell you. Not PDP. The case now is no longer PDP. It's for the all electorates.
All right, we'll take some messages on WhatsApp. We have a short commercial coming for certain purposes. Would be taking WhatsApp messages. So I'll call out the WhatsApp number now so you can send us your messages on WhatsApp. So you can send us your messages on WhatsApp. In the meantime, some messages on live. We're streaming on Facebook as well. So you can join us on Facebook Live at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That is the handle on Facebook. And so let's get to hear from you as well on Facebook. Try to keep your messages as short as possible and as simple as possible so we can go through them. You know, it's a live stream so that it doesn't get overtaken by other messages. All right, so KK Samuel says, please, whatever people are doing has implications. Our children would listen and are watching. Eric says, thank God. If the police doesn't want to participate, fine. Ken Apollo says, there's no court order stopping the election. Pastor Victor Joshua said, the question is, the Supreme Court judgment that local government elections should be conducted and the High Court judgment, which one is higher? This one said, Chairman, you have answered well. Christian Okere sent in that one. Cyprian says, when people are elected into office, then they can take them to court. Thank God Ability says, the PDP chairman is telling Rivers people that PDP and APC are working together. Is that what this is? That's on Facebook Live. You can send messages to us on WhatsApp 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. That is the WhatsApp number 0809 030 6416. Just so we have control of the conversation and to ensure that everybody stays on point and nobody speaks out of term. And most importantly, nobody campaigns indirectly because campaigns should have ended. We'll be taking just mostly WhatsApp messages. So please send your messages to us on WhatsApp 0809 030 6416. We'll take a short commercial now. I'll speak to my guests. Stay on the line for us. After now, we'll continue. Stay tuned.
For more talk, news and sports, stay tuned to Nigeria Info. We'll be
92.3 PH. We'll be wrapping things up shortly. We have an avalanche, I would like to call it, of messages to respond to. And we had been speaking with the Rivers PDP chairman, state chairman, Aaron Chukwuemeka. Yes, the PDP is not part of the election and not participating, but the protest yesterday they held was saying that, well, looking at what INEC has said and some court orders that had come out, they do not think that the government should go ahead with the election. Well, RISEC said, well, the election, it's going to go ahead with it because it feels that it has met every single criteria there is to conduct a credible election. And so tomorrow, October 5, is scheduled for the election, and a public holiday has been declared by the state government to that effect. Started yesterday. Today as well, and a curfew is supposed to begin from 12 midnight today. Not to also mention the drama that was we heard in the news this morning when we had the governor of the state at the RISEC premises early in the morning. And then the police coming out too this morning to say it will not participate in that election. Mr. Aaron Chukwuemeka, will be taking several messages in a matter of moments. We understand that you are also very, very occupied. You had told me that you are at your ward at the moment. I don't know if you can hear me, sir.
Hello?
Yes. I said we understand that you have a very busy morning and there's a lot that that you have to do.
I'm not hearing you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, clear.
All right. So you say you're at your ward already. You went and you checked and there's nothing happening there. And
nothing.
From your perspective,
no voters register no list was released to any ward, not even unit, to any ward.
All right. We'll take some messages.
By now, they are supposed to be at the various polling units, so that by the time you go there tomorrow, you will identify and see your name and where you are to vote, voting points.
Okay. We'll take some messages now quickly as we attempt to wrap things up because we're already running out of time. We have a commercial coming shortly. We'll take as many messages as possible before we wrap up. So let's just go through them. Since we're not taking calls, I said earlier, we're just going to focus on taking WhatsApp messages. So we want to see if we can take as much as possible. All right.